Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. Today, a new patch has been released on the official server, where some meta heroes have been nerfed, and some old heroes have been buffed. Selena has got a big advantage in her passive, where the mark damage on creeps or monsters has increased by 250% from 200%. And yes, her skill 1 and skill 2 casting animations have also become faster. But the biggest change? Her skill 2 has been highlighted the most in this update. Now you can clearly see where her skill 2 is going, just like Moskov's ultimate skill. When Selena is in human form and uses skill 2, her movement speed increases by 50%. Earlier it was 40%, and yes, her skill 2 movement is also 0.01 seconds faster than before. But there's a catch. Selena's maximum stun duration has decreased by 0.5 seconds. Now the longest stun she can apply is 2.5 seconds down from 3 seconds. And remember, this still depends on how much time skill 2 takes to reach the enemy. When she uses skill 2 in demon form, her dash speed has been increased from 10 to 12. Now let's talk about the next buffed hero, Chishi. Earlier, her passive used to reset to 0 instantly if she failed to attack anything. But now, after this update, her passive will decrease by just 1 stack per second. That means it will take 10 seconds for her passive to fall to 0. And if she lands an attack within that time, her stacks will start again from there. Carrie's first skill now moves faster than before. In the current game, Novaria can now use her second skill more often because her cooldown has been reduced from 8 seconds to 7 seconds. And in the late game, the mana cost has also been reduced from 270 to 200. Florin's first skill attack range has increased from 6 to 7, making it the same range as her second skill. Esmeralda is going to rule the battlefield again. Her physical defense growth has increased from 5.8 to 6.3. And her first skill's base shield has been increased from 700 to 900 in the late game. Uranus has also received buffs. His base physical defense has increased from 14 to 19, and his ultimate now provides a 60% movement speed buff. After 2 seconds, this speed increases by 20%, which is 10% more than before. Baxia's skill 2 now has a fixed cooldown of 7.5 seconds at all levels. Plus, his physical defense growth has increased from 5.5 to 6.3. Now let's talk about Barad's. His early to mid-game attack power has increased. However, his physical defense growth has been adjusted from 23 to 18. But on the bright side, his skill 1 damage has increased from 160% to 180%. Moving on to nerfs. Everyone was spamming Layla so much that she finally got nerfed. Her late game attack power has been reduced. Her physical attack growth has decreased from 10 to 8.3. Granger has been hit even harder. Before this update, everyone would spam her ultimate as soon as they reached level 4. But now, she got a massive nerf. Her skill 1's extra damage to creeps and minions has been reduced from 70 to just 35. That's half of what it used to be. And her ultimate's base damage has been reduced from 400 to 250. However, the total equipment bonus has increased from 80% to 100%, meaning her skill is now heavily equipment dependent. Sun has also been nerfed in the mid and late game. His physical attack growth has decreased from 6.65 to 5.5, and his HP growth has also dropped from 210 to 180. Now let's talk about equipment changes. Cursed Helmet now costs 1910 gold, up from 1760 gold. But there's a new passive Burning Soul. This passive reduces the enemy's hybrid defense by 3 points for 3 seconds and can stack up to 3 times. Wishing Lantern's passive Butterfly Goddess now deals 2% less damage. Earlier it dealt 10% of the enemy's current HP, but now it's only 8%. However, a new effect has been added now. Every butterfly guarantees at least 50 magic damage before damage reduction. For Radiant Armor, the passive stack cooldown has been lowered from 0.16 seconds to 0.4 seconds. Brute Force Breastplate has received changes too. Its physical defense has decreased, but its adaptive attack has increased from 6 to 8. And for Ice Queen Wand, its build path has been simplified. Finally, God has received a remodel, but don't worry, his skill effects and damage remain the same. Now let's talk about the revamped Hanzo. Let's check out his new skills for a while. And if you want a guide for the revamped Hanzo, let me know in the comments.